Okay, so to create the rim, we have to start off with a slip knot. And if you remember from part 1, what we did was I like to take my yarn and hold it against my fingers like this. So I have like 2 pieces here. I'll just grab onto them. I like to twist. And then now on this hand, I have a loop. So I'll take the yarn and pull it through that loop. Now we're going to take our hook, go into the loop, just pull down on these, and we can start our chain. So I'm going to be doing a chain of 51, and first off, let me just show you the chain. So you're going to yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, and pull through. So again, I'm going to do a chain of 51, but if you have to make yours bigger, you can make yours bigger. The way you do that, I'm only saying that because if you like stuff your pot to the max, you might need to do a little bit of a longer chain. If you didn't stuff it as much, you might need to do a little bit less, but I'm going to do a chain of 51. I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. So this right here is my chain of 51, and you can see that if I wrap it around the top of the pot, it fits perfectly. It might be a little bit bigger, but I think I didn't stuff this one as much. Actually, it kind of fits perfectly. But you just want to make sure it goes around your pot, not too long and not too short, because we're going to be working into this with a half double crochet next, so it will take a little bit of space away from it. But yeah, I'm doing my chain of 51. But remember, if you stuff yours like way too much, you might need to make yours a little bit longer. Okay, so now let's do, where's my crochet hook? Okay, so now let's do a half double crochet, which we did do in part 1. So if you don't remember, what you're going to do is we're working back it down into this chain, and we're going to go into the second stitch from the hook, or the second chain from the hook. So that's the one closest, that's the second. So what you have to do is yarn over your hook first, because this is a half double crochet, and then you're going to go into that stitch, the chain, and then grab this yarn and pull it through. I have my 3 loops on the hook. I'm yarning over, pulling through all 3 loops. That is a half double, and I'll show that 2 more times before I go off camera. So to do a half double, let's first yarn over, go into our next chain, grab some yarn, pull it through. We have our 3 loops on the hook. Let's yarn over, pull through all 3, because that is a half double crochet. So once more, let's yarn over, go through this chain, grab the yarn, pull it through. There's my 3 loops on the hook. I'm yarning over, pulling through all 3. So I'll just do that all the way through until I'm done, and then I'll be right back. Actually back, because towards the end I wanted to mention that if you would like to hide this yarn, you can, I think I showed this in the beginning of or in part 1, but you can just put it back towards the back side, and then you'll crochet over it. So you're going to do your half double as usual. You're going to go through that chain, but you're also going around that piece of yarn, so you can easily hide it. I will have to cut off, actually maybe I don't have to cut it off, but if it's too long you can't cut it off. So again, just do your half double crochet as normal, and just make sure you go around that little yarn piece as well, so you can kind of just hide it. And I'm towards the end now. So once you reach towards the end, let me go into this one right here. You want to chain 1. So I just felt like this was a little bit too thin, and I tried to do another half double crochet round, but I felt like it was way too big. So if you ended up making your pot longer, you could do a half double crochet for the next round, but I'm actually just going to do a single crochet. So here I'm just going to chain 1. So let's yarn over our hook, pull through, and then we're going to turn our work. So this is the back side, and now we're going to single crochet. So when we start our single crochet, do not go into this corner stitch right here. Some people do, but I don't do that. So don't go into this one. I'm going to go into this. And also I mentioned that because people have asked me why I don't go into that stitch, but I just don't. So I'm not going to go into this corner one. I'm going to go right into this one. So again, not going into that guy, going into this one here. And we're doing a single crochet, just a normal one. So because we already know how to do a single crochet, I'm just going to finish this row off camera, and I'll be right back. Remember, it's just a single crochet all the way through. Okay, guys, so you can see that it's a tad bit thicker now, and since I'm towards the end, I'm just going to take my scissors, cut off this yarn, and then, oh my god, we're almost ready to attach everything. Remember that every time we have this loop, what I like to do is take this yarn, push it through that loop, and tighten it up. And then when I hot glue it, I just glue it to the back like this, or you can weave it in, but I'm just gonna glue it to the back like that, and we'll attach it to the pot. So actually, before I start to attach everything, I do want to show you, these are different pipe cleaners than the one I showed in the beginning of the video. It's just a different color, a different green. But what I like to do is just fold it in half, and then I'll cut in the middle. Okay, so you can determine how long you want your stem to be, but I don't make it that long because I kind of, hold on, let me show you. You can see that I kind of push it like all the way in, so I don't need my stem to be that long, but you do want to make sure it's going to stay in there. So you can cut it at any length you want. I'm just showing you what I do mine's at. So after I cut it in half, I fold it in half again, and then I'll cut right here in the middle. And I'll show you the pot really quick. So this is the pot we just made. So you can see it's basically almost the same length as the pot. But again, we don't stuff it all the way in there. I kind of just stuff mine to about like right there. So go ahead and cut all of your stems, and we can start gluing everything. I currently have my hot glue gun heating up, so I just want to show you all the pieces. So here is the stems, the rim, and the pot. Remember, we made the leaves in the beginning of the video. Oh my gosh, so look, isn't this so cute? I have my, you can see my lights in the back, but I have my little roses in this little container here. This is actually the container I used to keep my crochet hooks in, but now I have my hooks somewhere else because I have a lot. But we're gonna attach everything first. You can start on whatever you like, but I want to show you guys the pot first because I kind of just want to get it out of the way since it's the easiest. But let me see if my glue is ready. I know I mention this every time, but yes, I know my glue gun is a hot mess. But this first one right here, or sorry, this string right here is what I'm going to work on first. I'm just going to see if my glue is ready. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little piece there so I can take this yarn and again, so again, I didn't even say it yet, but just make sure you're very careful because glue is very hot. And then, now let's glue it onto the pot. Where's my pot? Okay, here's my pot. And you can determine what you think looks better. Do you like this rim right here to be on the top part? Do you like it to look like that? Or do you want it to look this way? Yes, I know, a subtle difference, but what do I like? Let me think. So I've determined that I like mine this way. So I'm going to put this rim right here at the bottom, and I'm going to start where, sorry, I keep pausing the video, but I'm going to start where you can see this little, it doesn't really line up. It doesn't matter where you start, but that's just where I'm starting because I want this to be my back piece. And what I'm going to do is just take some hot glue. You work in small sections. Just take a little bit of hot glue. If you would like to sew things on, you can do that, but I don't really like to sew things on. And then you just want to keep doing that until you make it all the way around. Towards the end, and I'm gonna attempt to make this perfect. Okay, so if you overlap with this part, oh my god, I touched the glue. If you overlap with this part, that's fine. Just put it a little bit over the top and just hold it for a couple seconds and we'll be done with this rim. Alrighty, and then that's what it looks like. So we're done with this pot section. Now we're going to be working on the flowers. So go ahead and take your leaves. And the first thing I like to do with my leaves, oh my god, is this enough? Why does it look so small this time? The first thing I like to do is, you see this part right here? You can either cut it off or I'm gonna hot glue it. So what I'm gonna do is just take a little glue, put it towards the end of the leaf, and I'll hold it like this. And again, be very careful with the glue because it has hurt me when I make these projects because the stitches are, it kind of goes through, but just be careful. And then what I like to do is take a rose Oh my god, sorry, I did that backwards. Well, you can still do that, it's fine. We're gonna need that, but what I should have shown you first is the actual flower because you need to do that first. So I've already wrapped this one up. Remember that I mentioned you can either wrap it from the big side. This one I started from the small side. So roll it up first however you want and then unroll it and start to glue it. So you're gonna take your whatever part you want to have it on. Let's first do the smaller scallop, and you want to take your stem. Let's take some hot glue, put it right here. Take the stem and just hold on it for a bit. And then you can take some more glue. This time, bring it down a bit. Work in small sections and be very careful. And just start to roll it up. And I'm gonna say it again, be very careful because you can see some of these stitches are kind of open, so you don't want to burn yourself. And then just shape it however you like. You can put the leaves up higher or lower. Make them all different. I feel like it's cute when it's different. So I'm just gonna slowly wrap it. Okay, and then this piece right here. Oh, so remember how I showed you on that leaf, this leaf right here? I put this yarn in the middle. You can do that, or you can just fold it like this, and you can cut this off, or I don't put the leaves on all of the roses. I just put them on a few of them, and then I'll adjust it when I put it in the pot to see where I would like the leaf to go. So for this one, just for this example, I'm going to take this leaf and I'm going to place it right here where this thing ends. So let's just take a little bit of hot glue and we're gonna place it like this. And just hold it for a couple seconds. And then you can cut this part off. Oh my god, this part is 3 minutes long, taking so long. Okay, and then there you have one rose. So on some of the roses, I only put one green leaf and some I'll put two. You kind of just want to alternate on the colors and adjust it to how you like. Let me show you the bouquet. So, well, actually you can't really tell too much, but you can see this one right here only has one leaf. This one has two. So just change it up. Some of them don't even have, like this one here. This one doesn't even have a leaf. So it just depends how you would like yours to look. So for this one, I'm just going to do one. And then the next one I'll show you, we'll probably have two. Next one is the last one I'm going to show you before I finish all of them off camera because you don't need to see me wrap all of the roses. But as you can see on this one, I have the smaller scallop on the outside. And it's going to turn out just a tad bit different. So I'm just going to unroll it really quick. And then I'm going to hot glue this little area. I'm going to take my stem. I'm going to put this in as well. And then I'll cut this part off later. So I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue. And I'm going to start rolling it up. Let me cut this yarn, it's bothering me. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit more hot glue. So for the leaves, I'll do 2 this time. And remember, we put a little bit at the bottom, a little glue, and then we'll just take that yarn piece, cut off this excess, and then do the same thing for this one. And oops, now let's glue it to the flower. I like to cover this ending right here. And then I'm going to go on the opposite side and do the same thing. So here there are 2 roses side by side. I feel like it's like a slight difference. You don't notice it too much, but if you roll it up with the bigger side, you can see that it kind of pops out a little bit more. And then now I'm just going to do the rest off camera because it's really hard for me to see, and you can see I kind of put some glue at the top. And I'm trying to make this really cute because I want to put this on my desk at work. So go ahead and wrap all of your roses and then we can attach it to the pot. Okay guys, so I have all of my roses done. Remember, we didn't use all of the leaves. Like I said, some of them are left alone. I left 3 to the side. If I need more than 3, I'll add it later. But now all we're going to do is just place our roses however we want. So I'm going to show you a few and then arrange them off camera, but I will come back to show you how I add these leaves. So what I like to do is find the rose that I like the best. Do I like the red in the middle? Should we put red? I kind of like how this one looks, but I want to put red in the middle. So I know I should have did this off camera. Okay, I'm really debating. I really want this one in the middle, but I feel like this one should be in the middle because I have 3 of these and 3 of the red ones, the lighter red ones, and then I have only 2 of these. But the only reason I don't want this in the middle is because it kind of has like a little bit of a glue stain right there. So I'm going to put this one in the middle and just see how it looks. But basically you just take your leaf and you push it through, and you can push it however far you want down, but because that one's the middle, I don't go too far down. You can see I have like a finger space left, and then that's basically it. You just have to place them however you want, and you can see how this is kind of ugly right here, kind of messed up. I'm gonna put that to the side like this, and I'm gonna push it like all the way in so you can't really see it too much. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep arranging this until I find out how I like it. And I kind of put the ones with no leaves next to the ones with a couple of leaves. So I'm gonna place that. Oh my god, it went right through. I went right through the rim part. Okay, so yeah, let me just go ahead and arrange this, because you know, if you arrange flowers, it takes a long time to find out how you like it. Okay guys, so here's my dilemma. I don't want it to look like too green for this one because I kind of like the colors. So originally I was going to place more in the middle, but then I would have to add these petals everywhere. So what I'm going to do is actually make more of this color because I really like this one, and I'm like, why did I only make 2 of that one? So I'm going to put this one at this corner right here, and then just make a couple more of these colors and maybe the darker one. But for this flower pot, I did use 8 roses, and as you can see, it did fill it up all the way. But what I think was that I did was I made these a little bit too tight, so I feel like I needed to make it look more full by making more roses. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'll be right back. If you have the same issue as me, just make a couple more roses and you'll be good. But if you don't want to make more roses, you can make more of these leaves and just fill it up that way. But I'll be back after I finish the roses. Also, in case you didn't believe that this is actually 8 roses, it is. So you have 1, 2, 3. This one is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just feel like this one, it looks cute, like having more greenery because I guess the colors. But for the red one, for some reason, I just don't want it to be like too green. I already feel like it looks really green, and I don't know. I'm feeling like just more of, I want more red in here, less leaves. So yeah, that's the reason I'm doing that. Hey guys, so it's literally like 3 hours later and I'm finally back at this. But it didn't take me 3 hours to make more flowers. I did make 3 more, but I literally just went to Walmart walked my dog and clean the house a little bit. But yeah, I just needed a minute, and now I'm thinking this looks really good. Sometimes you need to step away from your project and come back at it and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. So that's what I did, and this is what it looks like so far. So as I mentioned, we have our leaves on the side still. Well, I'm not sure if you use all of yours, but I have mine on the side, and the reason I like to leave it for the end is because I like to see where I can put it. So you have to arrange your flowers. And yes, it does take a while to get it perfect, but you can look at it and you can see like where you would need some more. And I'm thinking one right here, another one probably in the middle somewhere. So all you have to do, I'm going to show you this side because it's probably the easiest right now. Just take your glue gun and place it onto, I think I'm going to do this one. And just hold it like that. And then I'm gonna finish the other two off camera because I don't know where I want to place it yet. But yes, after I do this, we'll be done. Alright guys, so now after you glued everything on, you now have your beautiful bouquets. For this one, I'm going to add a little birthday sign and probably a bee on top. I'm not going to show that in this video because it's going to take way too long, and I don't think I will show a tutorial on it because I'm just making it for my boss's birthday. But if I'm done with the results, I'll probably show you guys, but it's just a little bit too much to add. So yeah, that's basically the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in my next one.